Hey, what's up guys? My name's Alex, and in today's video I'm going to be going over the top 5 things I hate about my GT3. Now that I think about it, there's really nothing I hate about this car. Now for real though guys, let's go over this. Now just a disclaimer, there's really nothing I hate about this car. These things I would say are just minor annoyances, and this is all my opinion. You guys would probably disagree about this. Probably gonna get a bunch of trolls in the comments saying like, why would you get a GT3 if you blah blah blah. Look guys, there's just like 5 small things. Like 99.99% of this car is perfect in my opinion. The good of this car 100% outweighs the things I find slightly annoying. Like they're not even hates, they're just minor annoyances. I think a lot of these things are actually fixed depending on how you spec out the car, and the newer gens I think have actually resolved some of these issues. So just a quick heads up on that. Alright, so this is going to be in no particular order, but I'm going to start with the front bumper of this car and like the front grills and mesh. So I actually love that this car actually comes with a front grill, because the past 3 cars I've had, they didn't come with a front grill, and I ended up, going aftermarket and buying like a grill I can install just to protect the car from getting like leaves and debris into the radiator. And this car has it, except for this one section right here. And the problem is this section kind of acts like a vacuum sometimes and will just suck stuff in there. And if something does go in there, like a leaf or anything, it's so difficult to get out. Alright guys, so take a look at this. So I've had numerous occasions where I've had like leaves and stuff get stuck in here, and then one time I actually had like a piece of like rubber or tarmac get stuck in here. That was actually pretty bad. It was like a piece this big. And if this gets stuck in there, look how difficult it is to get it. Like I have pretty slim hands, and like I can't even get my hand like this far in, This is as far as I can get my hand in there. So if something's stuck in here, it's so difficult to get out. When leaves do get stuck in there, the only way I can really get it out is I have to literally pull out my leaf blower and blow into there and have the leaf like try to get as close as possible to this side so I can stick my hand in and try to get the stuff out. So it's pretty inconvenient. I wish, from factory they had like a small grill here at least, I assume they don't put it in there just for airflow or something, but when stuff does get in there, it's impossible to get out, and it's very annoying. Alright, now let's talk about the brakes on this car. So I have the steel brakes on this car, and I think this is only an issue with the steel brakes. So if you have the carbon ceramics, this part is completely irrelevant. But for the steel brakes, I think it has 2 pretty big issues, or I guess minor issues, how you look at it. One is the brake dust. So it produces a bunch of brake dust, which, it isn't a big deal, but, you have to clean your wheels very often. I clean my wheels once a week, and, after 2 to 3 days of driving, the wheels basically turn all black just from all the brake dust. The benefit is these wheels are really easy to clean just because of the way they're shaped, so it's really easy to clean them and get it off. But the second issue that I think is a little more annoying is how much noise these brakes produce. Like these brakes like squeal super hard. It sounds like just like a bus stopping. It sounds like bus brakes when you're coming to a stop, and it's just super loud. You come to a stop, they're always like, hey, you need to get your brakes checked out. Like, what is that noise? I'm like, no, this is normal. This is how the brakes are on this car. So yeah, these brakes are super loud, and it can just be annoying at times, but you get used to it. I wouldn't find it as annoying if they weren't as loud as the exhaust, because dude, they're loud. Like you coming home at night and you're just trying to not be loud, but you try to come to a stop, it just squeals to the moon. If you get the carbon ceramic brakes, I'm pretty sure you don't have these issues at all. Alright, now let's jump into the interior. So let's talk about the seats on this car. So this car comes with the 18-way seats, and I actually do prefer these seats over the carbon bucket seats, but they have one small issue. So these seats have, they're like half leather, half Alcantara or Race Tech, and they're really comfortable and everything, but during the summer it is hot. These seats, this Alcantara, does not breathe at all. So when you're driving in the summer, your back is sweating. No matter how much you blast the AC or anything, like right here in Georgia, it's like 90 degrees like every day of the week now, and I'll take like a 20-minute drive, and by the time I get to my destination, my back is drenched. So, that's the only real problem I have with these seats, is just that during the summer, they don't breathe. They're just so hot and just uncomfortable at that point. If I could, I would rather have, just full leather at this point, because I know leather breathes a little bit better than this fabric, but it is what it is. Alright, so this next one's going to be a little tough for me to explain, but I'll do my best. But it's going to be the transmission / engine when, the car first starts up and it's still cold and it's not up to temperature yet. This car is not up to temperature. The transmission is super rough. It's just not smooth like how it normally is. When you shift, it's just a little jerky, and when you let go of the gas, sometimes you get that little like pushback from like the car from the engine braking. I don't know how to explain it. All I can say is it's just not comfortable and it's not smooth. Now when you let the car warm up, everything is perfect. The shifts are smooth, the downshifts are crisp, everything is perfect. But just that initial, when you first start up the car in the morning and it's not warm yet, you cannot drive this car. You just gotta let it sit and just let it warm up because it's just not worth it. It's just super uncomfortable. What I usually do is 5 minutes before I go anywhere now is I just come in and I turn the car on and let it warm up for those 5 minutes. And at that point, the car is usually pretty much close to up to optimal temperature, and it doesn't have that issue. It also has a slight issue during stop and go traffic, where sometimes the PDK will upshift to second gear, and then you're slowing down, it'll just downshift real quick to first gear, and you'll get that little jerk. That's pretty rare, I would say. It's just not a good experience, basically. So that's like another slight issue that I find a little bit annoying. Just before I go somewhere and have it warm up, just for 5 minutes, just so I don't have that issue. All right, now for the final thing. So this isn't really a hate or like a dislike or an annoyance of the car. It's more of like a want. And basically, I just wish this car had just a little bit more like quality of life stuff. I mean, I know it's a race car for the road, but it's not a cheap car, right? And it doesn't have any parking sensor. All it really has is a backup camera. And it would just be nice, like for example, this car has electric mirrors, right? So you change the mirrors electronically, but when you put the car in reverse, the mirrors don't fold down, so you can see where your wheel is at compared to the lines of the parking space or the road or anything. It would just be nice that if the car had those additional features. I know Porsche has it on their other cars, but they didn't put it on this car because I guess race car. But it'd still be nice if they had it. And I'm pretty sure the new 992 GT3 does have that stuff. So I guess that is an addition, but it's not a cheap car, and it would be nice to have those parking sensors and everything. I don't hate anything about this car. They're more just like slightly annoying things. Maybe you're thinking about getting one too, and just something you should think about. And again, this is all my opinion, so you guys might not care about this stuff. If you don't care about this stuff, you got nothing to worry about. But yeah, that's gonna do it for today's video, guys. Don't forget to subscribe button, and yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one. All right, peace.